Father Matthew. Father Matthew. It's good to call you that. Congratulations. You were anointed with oil, chrism oil that sets you apart for mission. We want to invite young people to consider a life of mission to Maryknoll. What's exciting about mission?
Well, I think if you go to our website, and I truly believe it because I have lived it, it's the adventures. The adventures of all the different cultures that will be offered by different cultures, different people. And on top of the adventures, the secret is really the love of the people that you will enjoy. And actually, right here in this room, when I'm doing the interview, I'm filled with love by the people that I've served before in El Paso, Cristo Rey. And also in my memories, all the different people who have showed love to me and showed me how God continues to love us through the different expressions of love, through the different cultures in Bolivia, in Chicago, in Hong Kong, and definitely in Singapore too. So if you're into God's love, mission's the thing for you.
How did you know God was calling you to be a missionary priest?
Well, it's a long process, so I'm not going to do the long story. So the short one is that I felt a calling to serve the church. And God sent different people into my life to inspire me. First, Father Michael Sloboda, who showed me that it was important to go to different places, learn new languages, understand how God operates and shares the grace in that area. I have never known of missionary priests until I came to Hong Kong. And along the journey, it just got affirmed more and more as I was discerning. I felt comfortable going to different places. I loved learning new things. I do African dances now. I sing Spanish songs. I think my life would not have been as wonderful as this if I've not had a chance to mission to different churches.
Maryknoll Bishop James Anthony Walsh, who's buried in the crypt right underneath the main altar where you just celebrated your first Mass with Father Patrick. He once wrote, sometimes when we think we find our cross, we find our joy. And where we thought we find joy, we find our cross. How will you as a priest help people carry their cross?
Mm. Well, I guess first of all, when we talk about crosses, one of the biggest cross of the missionary priesthood is that we get separated from the people we love and we are familiar with in our homeland. Yeah. But in the experience of vulnerability, we actually serve other people and try to receive their love in filling up that gap. And in all those experiences, we learn how to love people even more because we understand the lack of love that or the absence of love that we are familiar with. And God fills us in all those love through the different people we meet. And to talk about carrying crosses, I think it's really the ability to see Christ in every person you serve, every person who comes to you in need. Just like Matthew 25, it is through meeting these people that I learn to carry their cross and they carry my cross together. I won't say the missionary priest carries all the crosses of the people. I would say that we carry them together and move on together.
How does Jesus give missionaries the grace to be away from home, from parents? A lot of young adults, as vocation director, ask me, Father, how do missionaries go about being separated from family? So how does Jesus, in your opinion, give you particularly, your parents were present at that, your sister as well, you're going to be away from them. How does Jesus give missionaries that grace to carry on even though away from home?
Well, I think our God is a humorous God because every time we go to a new mission, it feels like we are being born again, being a child again. And everyone who sees us struggling with integrating into the new community, not being able to speak Spanish in Bolivia or in El Paso, and they take care of you like a little child, and you get reborn every Christmas, every occasion that you go into that new mission. And Christ is at that moment asking us to be vulnerable and let the world take care of us. So in that sense, every mission becomes a new family. And that family helps us to feel loved again. And through that love, for example, I never embraced my parents when I was young. But I learned from the Bolivian culture and certainly the El Paso culture that an embrace can really change the relationship. Yeah. So now every time I go home, I love my parents even more. I understand the longing that they have for me because I have the same longing for them. And every time I'm away from my families in mission, I know they have a longing for me and I have a longing for them. But this creates this wonderful web of relationships that I have around the world that I know Christ is present and will give me grace to be free from that loneliness.
Let's talk about your ordination. You lay down on the floor, a sign of giving yourself completely to the church, to Maryknoll. Tell us, how was that sacred moment for you?
Well, actually, everything was sacred, but there was one particular moment that was really that really caught my attention. At the beginning, there was an interrogation between the bishop and our formator about whether I would be worthy for the priesthood. But the words that the rector said after inquiry of the Christian people, and it reminded me of how he talked to the different people that I have served in El Paso, in Bolivia, all the different reports, and how all these people are coming together to say, you know, he's okay, he can make it, and we want him to continue to serve the church as a priest. And his final words, and so do the formators, that really gave me a lot of encouragement that despite knowing some of my weaknesses throughout my whole journey of formation, there were so many people who were willing to say, give him a chance.
You had your first blessings, your first mass, first assignment on the Feast of Pentecost. Mary was present to receive the Holy Spirit. Our society got its start on a knoll here in Ossining, and our founded dedicated to Mary, hence the word Maryknoll. How is our Blessed Mother part of your vocation?
Well, you know, the missionary vocation has a lot of uncertainties. Every time we go to a new area, we really do not know whether the people will like us, will I adjust to the food, can I learn the language? And in all this uncertainty, Mary is that model of contemplative trust in God. You know, let it be done according to your will. And I think in my own times of struggle in mission, I always try to pull myself out of the situation and look to Mary and tell Our Lady of Maryknoll, let me have that trust to do the work that God is asking me to do.
During the mission sending ceremony, you receive your mission cross, your mission assignment. What are you looking forward the most as a priest?
Well, I think for me, Taiwan is a completely new mission area for me. I'm interested to be challenged again, learning new languages, because every language brings a new understanding to the Bible. And on top of learning a new language to serve the people, this particular language that I'm learning, the Taiwanese language, is very similar to the language that my father speaks, which I don't. So after 45 years, I'm finally getting a chance to learn the language of my father, to communicate with him in his language, and to communicate God's love to him and to the people I serve. So that's the excitement for me, a new language of love. When I started this journey, I thought I would never be able to fully understand the joy of mission. But along the way, different missioners, different formation companions, different people I met in the places I served helped me to understand that this is worth it. It's adventure, it's God's love, it's everything you can ask for a life to serve the Lord. So if you are interested in joining a missionary community like ours, please go to maryknollsociety.org/vocations. Find out more from our vocation director. Thank you.